Good morning, John here for a Tuesday. And yes, look at that. Almost like I've drawn it on in oil pastel, isn't it? As most of you will know by now, from my post I hope, that I was assaulted a week ago, and I ended up with a big swollen head and a big old black eye. But not sadly to say, but kind of glad to say in this case, the other guy ended up worse off. He kind of picked on somebody he shouldn't have picked on, but I'm not a fighter, not at all. I have been taught not to fight, and I had to defend myself. This guy took umbrage over me for some reason. I don't know what that was. But he decided to punch me and I had to defend myself. We stopped, had a bit of a break. I said, stop it, leave it, but he wouldn't. He went for me again, and this time I had to use my boxing skills. I was an ex-RAF champion boxer, so he kind of picked on the wrong person at the wrong time, and literally I had to defend myself. Because I literally thought he was going to kill me. But there we go. It's all been and gone, all done and dusted, and here we are back with another video. So I'm going to do a review today, just for a quick review because of all of this. I think I've got a little bit of concussion in there maybe, I'm not sure. So if I'm slurring my words, I do apologise. But today I thought we'd have a look at a brand new oil pastel that I've found. This oil pastel will be good for beginners who want to just give it a try and want to find something at a really good price with a decent colour range. So I went out and purchased, just because I could, the Artme Oil Pastels. Set of 24. To my knowledge, that's the only size set they do. I did look on their website, I didn't see any bigger ones. And we'll talk about their website in a minute, because we'll talk about the price of these and what they're worth. But let's have a look at what they're like, shall we? So here's the box. A standard kind of cardboard box, not the most sturdy in the world, but not the most flimsy in the world, so not too bad. Quite a pretty box. I really love this colour, and I do like the picture on the front as well. And on the front of the box it says Artme, artme.co.uk, non-toxic, vibrant colours, smooth texture, and here it just says, I believe, oil pastels in different languages and 24 colours. On the back, there's not a lot to be said. Oil pastels, again, it says in different languages. It has 24 colours, as you can see here, and quite a standard but quite a good colour range by the look of that. It says they have a Facebook site, and it says they are made in China, although at the top here it says manufactured and distributed by Exers Limited, Shelton Street, London, United Kingdom. So that's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it, really? I mean, if they're made in China, how can they be manufactured in London? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. And if Artme are watching, I'd love to know what that means. Let's have a look at the pastels inside, see what we've got. Right, we've got a thin piece of foam. Do you need any more? There's nothing inside the box lid. And here are the oil pastels. Now, it's a very standard range, and that's all you're going to get in 24 colour sets. But I have to say, it's a really good colour range for what it is. It's got every single colour you will need in there. And for anybody starting out in oil pastels, this would be a really good set to own, I think. Because it's got all the colours you need. It's got 3 or 4 greens, a couple of yellows. As you can see, there's a few blues in here. That's a lovely blue. Look at that one. That is a beautiful toned muted blue. I love that. Anyway, it's got everything you need. I mean, these three colours here are very important with the black, and it's got a grey. I can't really say, apart from nuanced colours, that it's really missing anything. So that's quite pleasing. So let's see what they blend like, shall we? Let's ignore that piece there and we'll start here afresh. Right, as usual, I'm going to go for the purples because it's my most least used. Does that make sense? No, it's my least used colour. So, oh, they're not bad. Wow. They are firm. They are creamy. And they go on there really nice. Wow. And they're layering up really nice as well. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if I'm surprised, but I'm pleased. Oh yeah. They're not bad at all. You could get some details with these if you wanted that go that way. And they're very, I'd say kind of muted a bit. But they're also very opaque from what I can see here. So let's go for a different colour. Let's go for this blue. Oh, they're all very consistent. Wow. I think these are really good. From laying them on. We're going to do the blend test in a minute, obviously. Now they are equally as good as some of the higher end oil pastels that I've used, and I'm hoping they continue with the blending. So let's have a blend, shall we? Yeah, they seem to be blending out. Get a nice subtle blend here. They are sticky, which means they're kind of stiff, but that kind of lends itself a bit in some ways. I don't know if they're going to pill or not. I'm not sure of that yet, but I'm getting a really, really nice blend there. And I think these would be really... I would really like to see a bigger range of these, Artme. If you are listening or if you get this message, do a bigger range, because these are not bad oil pastels. Now we're going to talk about the price in a minute. I do a pill test. No, there's minimal pilling. It's separating here, but that's where the two colours are meeting. No, I'm going to say no, you won't get a lot of pilling from them, even though they separated a bit. But it's probably because I was just going over and over it. Not bad. Not the best, but not bad. So let's talk about the price of these. Well, there we have it. There is a bit of an anomaly. On the Artme website, you will find these for the price of £9.99. Now, I'm going to be honest and say, because it's not a well-known brand, I would never have bought them at that price. But they were on Amazon for £7.99 and went down to £6.79. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to get them now just because I can. So £6.79, I would say, is a good price for these. £7.99 is reasonable. £9.99, I'm thinking, you know, if you bought a set of 72, if there was 72 colours, then that would be like 30 quid. And I'm not really sure they're worth quite as much as that. I mean, these are no better than the Meadens or the Lightwish. I'm not going to say they're much worse, maybe a touch. So I'd like to see these more under pro rata £20 a pack, which would make these the price I paid, more or less. So they're not bad, and I'm not disheartened by them, and if anybody wants to just have a quick go with oil pastels just to see what they're all about, these are perfect. So that's just another quick review. I'm not going to keep on screen for too long because who wants to be looking at this mug? Yeah, they're not bad. They're not the greatest, but they're by far not the worst. I put them at kind of middling range, if I'm honest. Points out of 10, I'd probably give them, I don't know, maybe 7, possibly 8. You know, so they're not too bad. Price-wise, if you can pick them up on Amazon a little bit cheaper, that is the best way to go. But at Artme for $9.99 a packet, I feel that's probably just a little bit excessive. But of course, you might pay that if you want to get a start in pastels and you don't want to pay 20, 30, 40 pounds for all the bigger sets. So that's another review done, another oil pastel. Still got loads of different brands to have a go at. And please don't forget that I have memberships to the channel, and I also am now looking at doing my Patreon a bit better. I started it and I've been a bit lax with it, and it's because I'm not sure about it yet, but I will be doing a Patreon video, so catch me on there. And if you want to give me a tip, please do so. All these super thanks, they all mount up in the end. And I want to keep this channel going, and that's the only way I can do it. So whomever, wherever you are, please have a great day, a great week, and a great year. And hopefully it starts off better than mine did. And look after yourselves and be kind. Bye for now.